Hey everybody, and welcome to the Holotapes Weekly Podcast. This is episode 19, and I'm your host, Jordan M. I'm joined today by my co-host, Jordan B.
Hi.
And our guest, Mr. Caedo Genesis.
Hello.
Hi, how's everybody doing today?
Good. Excellent. Wonderful.
Bill and
Fantastic.
Ted's Excellent Adventure.
That's a good movie.
I'm doing great. I'm going great. Still slightly above average.
I think that's the only adjective I didn't use.
Great or average? What?
Average too, but...
I was listening carefully.
I don't think... I wasn't, apparently.
Jordan,
I'm confused.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I have coffee and my brain's not quite working right for some reason today. I've had brain words things.
You want some Mountain Dew?
Yes.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Fridge is stocked with it.
I am
addicted.
hardcore addicted to Mountain Dew. You can ask anyone. Oh my god.
Just
and it is difficult to find in Germany.
Spent about $60 on Mountain Dew yesterday.
Yeah, I think Mountain Dew is pretty good. I'm probably the only person on Earth that doesn't drink it on the regular.
The way to do it is go to Costco, get the 36 packs.
Oh my god.
For anybody out there, that needs to get Mountain Dew. And a lot of it.
But you can't get Code Red or any of the other specialty
that.
stuff.
No, you just need the regular kind.
Whatever. All right, let's move on to fan questions.
When they're going to be a weekly dollar?
Oh yeah, weekly dollar. That'd probably be helpful. Thank you, Caedo. Your weekly dollar for today is epilepsy research. If you don't know what epilepsy is, it's a disorder that causes you to have seizures, and seizures suck dick. If you haven't seen someone have a seizure, be thankful because they're very, very scary. What actually happens is it's a random firing of neurons in the brain that makes your muscles twitch, makes you bite down on your tongue, on your teeth, and grind your teeth, and foam comes out of your mouth, and you're laying on the floor flailing around, and you have no idea what's going on because you black out at the time. So
fun stuff.
it's pretty terrifying, and it's terrible. And right now there's a lot of really good research for people who have really, really bad epilepsy. Right now, I know that there's a lot of new research into medical marijuana as a really, really good way to treat it. There's a couple of cases right now that have already been going on where kids are finally getting over daily 20, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember the article that it was. It was a child that was having something like 20 grand mal seizures a day, and with liquid medical marijuana, she was able to get that down to less than one a day, which is pretty incredible. And she managed to get back the ability to walk and talk and get back on track with her life. But there's also a lot of other drugs out there that are really helpful. And so if you have some money to give, go and give to a charity that you think is doing the best into research for epilepsy. So there you go. Fan questions. How about now, Caedo? Can I do it now?
Do now.
No.
Why not, Jordan?
You're never allowed to do them. We're just going to procrastinate for the rest of the episode.
For the rest of isn't that most of our episodes?
That's every episode. Is us getting absolutely nowhere.
All right. But seriously though, fan questions. Here we go. Obozo at Obozo42 on Twitter asks, "What is your favorite or most hated enemy in the Fallout series?" Personally, the Redding aliens were pretty scary, low level, and I will completely agree with that statement.
Yeah, I also agree with that statement.
Yeah, they weren't really aliens; they were like mutated something or others.
I don't think it was really covered like what they were.
But I think they did say at one point that they weren't aliens.
They're not actual aliens, yeah.
Yeah.
They just look like them.
I still don't know if aliens have been confirmed as canon. Because I know, people say that all the DLC for 3 is canon, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know.
Does the spaceship in New Vegas show up even if you don't have the Wild Wasteland perk?
No.
Okay.
No,
it is replaced with 3 mercenaries, one of which has the YCS 186
Gauss rifle.
Amazing.
It is amazing, other than the fact that it uses 4 microfusion shells per shot, and that means you're spending but that's like 28 caps per shot.
Yeah.
So just aim carefully.
Pretty much. Use VATS all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think that my favorite enemies are probably the Robo-Scorpions from Old World Blues, just because they were so ridiculous.
Yeah,
with
they
the
are.
Brain drain.
Can't really think of a...
My favorite enemies is probably the ghost people from Sierra Madre.
Fucking scary as shit.
They're terrifying. Oh god, I love that DLC.
You know what really bothers me about the ghost people is how many times I've gotten into arguments with people over the fact that they are not zombies.
No.
They're not zombies. They're
No.
some type of ghoul trapped in a specialized safety suit.
Yep. Just
Right, just like I don't know.
hanging out in their own fluids for
Pretty
eternity.
much. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It just bothers me how many people think that they're zombies, though. Zombies don't exist.
Not in Fallout.
Yeah. Weirdly enough, in Fallout, of all things, zombies do not exist.
Zombie is a racial slur in Fallout.
That's
For
true.
ghouls. That's true.
That's about
Ghouls are people, too.
it. I wanted to say my I would say favorite enemy is the Mr. Gutsy
Yeah.
because they trash talk so well.
Yeah. Probably one of the best enemies, like trash talking wise. It sounds like you're talking to some 12-year-old on Xbox who's trying not to sound like
Right.
he's 12.
Who happens to have a plasma rifle
Exactly.
and a saw arm.
Yeah.
Or, you know.
Yeah. As for most hated enemies, I think that everyone pretty much agrees that Deathclaws are Cazadors.
Except that one asshole who made the mod where they mixed them together.
The Kazaclaws.
The Kazaclaws. Fuck
That
that.
came out the same day as Date with the Deathclaw. I was surprised and impressed.
Odd coincidence.
Yeah. The early on, I wouldn't say Cazadors. I would have earlier, but I would probably say Night Stalkers.
Yeah, well, I guess Night Stalkers only if you really run into a pack. One-on-one, they're not bad, but as a pack, they definitely can kick your ass.
Yeah, and especially if you don't expect them at all,
Yeah.
because they don't make too much. They don't make too much foot noise. Like when you get gang or snuck up on by quote snuck up on by a Deathclaw or a bear, you can hear them a fair distance away coming towards you,
Yeah.
but not the Night Stalkers.
Same thing with Cazadors, they make that buzzing sound.
Yeah.
But I think that the real difference between Night Stalkers and Cazadors and Deathclaws is that if you run into one Cazador or Deathclaw, they can be a pain in the ass to take down, even one-on-one, because Cazadors, they just move around too much, and Deathclaws, they just have a fuck ton amount of health. But
And armor.
and armor. But Night Stalkers one-on-one, it's pretty easy to take them down because it's just like fighting a poisonous dog.
Yeah.
So.
But it's a usually in packs kind of thing. So.
Yeah. All right, well, moving on. Next question. Jonathan Ricci at Ricci Boy. What is the coolest moment while playing the Fallout series?
This might take me a minute.
Coolest moment while playing the Fallout series. Cool. I don't know about coolest, but I can definitely say that the most interesting shot that I've ever had was, if you guys haven't actually watched the video for the interview that we did with Wade K. Savage, the director of Fallout Linnaeus, if you go and watch that video, in the video I'm trying to kill Linnaeus at way too low of a level on a higher difficulty than I'm used to, and I finally defeat him, and then the general comes in and he's talking to me. I kill him and all of the rangers except for one, and then out of the smoke this one ranger fires a shot that kills me, and I was so filled with rage. Oh my god. In fact, in the video, I think that it goes to a title card that just says a few rage-filled seconds later, or a few rage-filled minutes later.
I kind of saw your pain, as and many other viewers did when when we were able to watch that.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
Not a lot. There's a lot of dying.
That's why you don't go in unprepared.
That's a good life lesson for everything.
Pretty much.
Good job, Jordan. Teach the children.
Yeah, it was bad. So what about you guys?
Killing Lynette.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
For anybody who hasn't played Fallout 2, Lynette is the first citizen of Vault City.
Yep.
Vault City basically has slaves, or as they call them, servants, in the city, and they were, was it Vault 8? Pretty sure it's Vault 8.
It's
they
after
use
they
their
left
GEC.
Vault 8.
Yeah, they use their GEC to basically create, a wonderful society. And they have nice walls with turrets and everything.
Yep. Super protective.
Anyway, first citizen Lynette is as bigoted and jerk-like of a leadership figure that you can think. I really can't think of any
She's an
comparison
asshole.
in the newer games.
She's a fucking
just
asshole.
Mean. She's just rude to everybody, and she asks, when you first arrive, because you're the chosen one, the descendant of the Vault 13 dweller. She asks you, immediately right off, like, these are authentic, because you're wearing the vault suit and stuff like that. And she's like, where's the vault located? And, like, she's demanding that you tell her, like, all these things. And you just showed up just to find, a Gek to save the village. And then she offers that you could use their vault computer to find Vault 13. I'm not sure why they didn't, but you can use their vault computer to find Vault 13. And then she says, oh, by the way, you have to become a citizen, and a citizenship test requires, like, really high attributes to actually pass. But of course, there's other ways to do that. Anyway, yeah, she's just total biatch.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can even get thrown out just for questioning her policies at any time.
Yeah, she can kick you out of the city for any reason whatsoever.
What a bitch.
That's why you make friends with McClure, who's a couple offices over, and just report to him.
Yeah, pretty much. It does make your game a lot easier. But I mean, there's ways around it. If you are nice to her right in the beginning, then her attitude changes for the rest of the game. Like, you show her, like, that everything you know. You talk about everything you know, like, she's really suspicious about why you know so much about the Gek and the vaults and shit. But like, once you show her that you're telling the truth, she kind of calms down.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that they're slavers.
Yeah, that's true.
Very rich slavers.
That's
with defensible walls.
Jordan, what about you?
My favorite moment that I just had and forgot about. Because I was listening, I was paying attention, and then it was just gone. But honestly, it's probably blowing up Raven Rock in 3.
That is a pretty good moment. I'll admit that.
It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
And then you see Fox outside. You're just like, hey, let's go wreck the rest of the wasteland.
Pretty much. I think Fox was just so happy to finally destroy, like, be out, that he just wanted to just help destroy anything evil. Like, he's a good guy, so he realizes...
Can you blame him? Like...
No, I don't blame him at all, but it's like one of those things where he's such a good guy that he can't just go around killing random people. No. But he needs to blow off some steam somehow.
Yeah, he has a, an evil stopper, a Gatling laser, so...
And his super sledge. Oh my gosh, his super sledge is so nice if you manage to get it.
Yes, it is. Pro tip? Is there a pro tip in there?
Do you want to tell him? You're the expert on it.
Okay. Vault 87, when you pick up Fox and free him from the cell, trade with him immediately because he's just using a regular sledgehammer as his equipment, but he also has Fox's sledgehammer in his inventory.
Fox's super sledge.
Yeah, and you can get it from him that way. But that's only in that sequence, because immediately after you go to Raven Rock.
Yeah, he gets rid of it, and it becomes part of his permanent inventory that you can't touch.
Yep.
But it's much better. It's basically an improved version of the Super Sledge, so if you haven't gotten it before, go get it. Do a playthrough with melee weapons. It's a lot of fun.
It's the most satisfying playthrough you'll have.
Definitely.
Anything up close and personal where the enemy's blood and entrails is hitting you in the face, it's just great.
I think that the only thing that's better than a full melee playthrough is a unarmed and explosives playthrough.
That's actually the playthrough I usually do. It's really fun.
Mega Brick on YouTube asks, what do you think is the most important in a Fallout game? And he says, mine is world. So I'm assuming, what does he mean? What's the most important aspect?
I agree with world.
I disagree.
What? Really?
Yep. I'm going to say it's the little details. Like, we talked about it before. We've talked about just about everything before, but it's one of those things where each and every character somehow has a backstory in the games, in the Fallout games, and like it's this weird thing where you don't find a whole lot of other games where the backstories are so developed for each and every character. So I think that that's the most important thing, because that is what Fallout is. It's the fact that these little details add up to the world, and I think that without the details, then the world as a whole wouldn't really be there.
Right.
Ooh, I know.
What?
Radiation.
That is a very important thing. You're correct.
Very much so.
But I don't know, if we get too much farther along in time, there's not going to be a heck of a lot of it left.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they could do a pre-sequel.
Yeah. Okay. There was one other question that I didn't write down because I'm an idiot.
It's the third one?
No, there was one that we didn't write down on the list. It was from Sebastian Weaver on YouTube. Any collabs with the Ham Radio podcast?
There was one from Robert, too.
I know, but that's the topic for today.
Oh, well, okay.
Anyways, from Sebastian Weaver on YouTube, any collabs with the Ham Radio podcast? We've talked to them about it, but they never got back to us.
So if you're listening to this, ham radio,
Get to us. We'll do
there are
it.
texts.
Yeah.
I almost quoted a very Potter musical there, but I decided against it. You're welcome.
So yeah, if Maddie or Lone Vault Wanderer, if you're listening, get back to us.
Please.
We don't have to say please. We're better than they are. So I mean,
you didn't hear what I whispered. Good.
am I gonna have to cut something, Jordan?
Up there with volume.
Am I gonna have to cut something out?
No, I just said senpai notice me.
Oh my
That's
gosh!
all.
Please
Don't
no.
worry about it.
Okay. Well,
I just got more sick. Thank you.
on to the next question, and the question leads us into our topic. From Robert Swecky on YouTube, why aren't the classic Fallout weapons in Fallout 3 and in New Vegas? For example, the Watts 2000 laser rifle is found in Fallout Tactics, and you can find it at Hoover Dam, but you can't find the Watts in New Vegas. There's an easy explanation for that. The rarer and more expensive weapons are already taken.
Also, Bethesda does not give a shit about the older games.
That's very true. I don't think anybody gives a shit about Tactics, to be honest.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about tactics. I'm
I
sorry.
did enjoy Tactics, I'm going to say. But I don't consider it like the groundbreaking. I just like being able to run people over and shoot them at the same time.
That's true.
With a tank or a Humvee or both.
Very, very true. I think it's just one of those things, like I said, it's one of those things where everything's already kind of taken, and there are some weapons that are still on there, like hunting rifle and knives and baseball bats and all those are pretty normal. But some of the more expensive weapons, like the Watts and stuff, have already been taken because they're rarer and more expensive.
Yeah, and if the Brotherhood passed through, they're not going to leave anything.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't think the Brotherhood has actually ever been to the Hoover Dam, which is what he's mentioning. But in other places, absolutely.
Yeah, but the NCR has control, and like hell, they're gonna let it go.
But that being said, there are other weapons that the NCR didn't take. Like, you can find laser rifles in NCR territory that they just don't care about. But that's because it's just a regular laser rifle. It's nothing special.
Right, it's nothing.
The Watts 2000 is much more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyways, today's topic is weapons.
Yay!
That's one of my favorites.
Again, your specialty doesn't really count. If you don't know who Caedo Genesis is, he's the guy who makes all the guides for all the weapons and all the
I've watched lots of them trying to figure out where the fuck things are.
So,
Were they helpful?
They were very helpful. I
Okay,
really
good.
appreciate it.
yeah,
Just
so
want
go
to make
check,
sure.
yeah, go check his channel out if you haven't seen. And if you're having trouble finding anything for any reason whatsoever, he's the guy to go to. But anyways, weapons.
We start with
Personally, what is your favorite weapon, just in general?
That's a really difficult question.
It's
Um,
Like,
obviously
if you gave me categories, I could give.
it's the BB gun, obviously.
Are we talking about aesthetics or are we talking about damage wise?
Either one, both combined.
Well, damage would have to go to Mercy.
No,
Oh yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You can carpet bomb with 40 million grades. It's really fun. You should do it more.
No.
I have lots of favorite weapons, Jordan. This is really difficult.
It's the
Like,
BB
realistically usable? Realistically usable within the Fallout universe? Or, like,
within the.
actual
okay, how about
practical
this?
weapon?
How about this? What do you guys use most often?
Chainsaw.
Recent playthrough?
In general, like all of your playthroughs overall, what's the weapon you use the most often?
Okay, probably pushy. Displacement glove.
I have a question. How come everybody uses pushy instead of the industrial hand from Old World Blues?
Because I know
Push
this.
is better.
Pushy is not better.
Because the industrial hand is the most damaging fist type weapon, but you can't use special VATS moves with it.
You can't?
Nope.
Oh, I guess
So
I'm
it
just
has a
having
different
fun.
animation for the chainsaw
Oh, okay.
or the saw, the blade thing.
Yeah. I still
Not that
like
you
it.
would need special VATS moves for it. Just when you
Yeah.
try to do it, it just glitches out pretty bad.
Yeah. Oh. Well, anyways, that's whenever I do the hand-to-hand playthrough, that's what I use because the industrial hand is the shit.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. Early on, I use Love and Hate,
Love and Hate's pretty good. What's the one that I'm thinking of? It's the one with the shotgun on it.
the Ballistic Fist,
Yes, thank you. That's a good one too.
and the unique variant, the Two-Step Goodbye,
Yes, from Gunrunners.
which makes your enemies explode.
Yeah. So I have a question. How come there's one very, very unique fist weapon, and that's the dog tag fist? Why was that added to the game, it's just so off the wall.
You mean the craftable one, or the one you get from Phoenix? Because there's the Recompense of the Fallen, which is the unique one.
No, not that one. I'm talking about the craftable one. The unique one makes sense to me because it's just a unique weapon. But why add a craftable weapon like that?
To make you sad every time you think about it. I don't know.
If you really love your NCR, I mean, you could be like, for my brothers, and then punch things.
Yeah. I guess it just doesn't make sense.
That sounds more ridiculous when I say it out loud.
I mean, what I do always is talk about the NCR being my brothers when I punch things, even in real life.
No, well, that and imagine what you're trying to punch. I mean, Deathclaw, Cazador, most of those things will kill you if you're trying to punch them unprepared.
I mean, I guess so. It also doesn't make sense to me why you would want to use dog tags as a weapon.
No, in a real life sense, they just wouldn't work.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They would go right through your fingers, and then you would probably injure your palm.
Probably. But yeah, interesting idea. Anyways, it's just so it strikes me as weird. It's just one of the weirdest weapons in the game to me. The other thing that I wanted to mention was laser rifles. How do they still work after all this time? Because even if you're really, really good at fixing, your repair super high and you're able to repair things, they say that the laser weapons use highly sophisticated mirrors that are super polished and lenses and shit that are perfectly aligned. How the fuck are you able to do that without any sort of tools?
Magic.
FEV.
FEV magic. Okay.
Midichlorians.
Midichlorians, yes. Everybody should go watch the new Star Wars movie and tell me how it is before I see it. Because I'm definitely on the fence about it.
I am hesitant.
I know that I'm sure it's going to be good, but still.
It's got to be better than the first air quotes there 3.
The first. Oh, you mean
1 through 3?
The prequels.
The prequels, yeah. Dear God.
You can't beat Darth Maul though.
Okay, Darth Maul was cool. I had his lightsaber. We're really off topic, but I had his light, the plastic kind, and actually I had Darth Maul and Count Dooku's.
How come there are no lightsabers in 3 in New Vegas? Wasn't there a lightsaber in 1 or 2? I'm trying to remember.
Like a laser
well, there
type
should be.
Like a laser type sword. I think that there was. I'm trying to remember.
Apparently, maybe in New Vegas. I'm Googling it.
There's nothing. No, there's not in New Vegas.
No, there's a mod.
I'm sure there's a mod. I could have sworn there was one in. I'm sure there was one in 1 or 2, but not in 3 or New Vegas, or in Tactics, or in Brotherhood.
The only thing closest to it was the boss sword, which was kind of like a materializing type.
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah. So
but it wasn't made of light. It was made of death.
I'm wondering why they haven't added that as an Easter egg.
They should.
That'd be awesome.
Something related to Oregon. Anything. I'd be all over that.
Something Oregon. Why?
Oregon.
Oh, I thought you said Oregon.
Oregon. I'm sorry. I'm sick and nasally.
Fallout 4 in Oregon.
In Oregon? On the Oregon Trail?
No, better yet, just make it a revamped Oregon Trail, but enough disguised that, not disguised, but subtle enough that people are like, am I really just playing Oregon Trail? Or what's going on here? And then at the end you're like, motherfucker.
Yeah, somebody make Fallout Oregano Trail. Let's do it. Oregano Trail. Oh my god. Yeah.
The MIRV.
The MIRV.
What do you guys think about the MIRV?
I love the MIRV. The MIRV is
pretty great.
I think that the MIRV has no real use in the game, though.
Okay, but let's be realistic. There are a few games that don't have any use in the game.
You mean a few weapons that don't have any use in the game, not a few games?
Did I say games? I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
Besides the extra flashy visuals and ragdoll effects that you get.
Yeah. If you make yourself invincible and then use it, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But honestly, even against Venomoths, I don't want to use it because I know I'm going to blow myself up.
Yep.
I get that it's a one-hit kill, but still. So, speaking of Venomoths, how did the Raiders manage to trap a Venomoth at Evergreen Mills?
Well, down a little bit down the way, you see a teddy bear in a cart, and that attracts a behemoth. So maybe they put a teddy bear in the cage.
But that begs the question: Why are Behemoths? Why are they?
Attracted to teddy bears?
Yeah. Also,
Why the
is it
fuck
a
not?
yeah? Also, is it a Behemoth or a Behemoth?
It's a
Behemoth.
behemoth.
Okay, why did I keep on saying Behemoth?
It's okay. I used to call them behemoths.
Behemoths.
Yes.
Should we just start calling them Leviathans?
Sure.
And we'll just match up with all of the biblical references to giant monsters.
Yep.
But why are they attracted to teddy bears? Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. You asked, and that was my suggestion. That might be how they trapped him. Maybe the other mutants put him there, and then the raiders killed all the other mutants.
That doesn't make any sense either, because the behemoths don't attack the regular mutants. So why would they trap him there? Like jail? Here's jail. Go to jail, other super mutant.
Well, even if he wasn't, aggressive against other super mutants, he could have been more aggressive towards anything else nearby, including small woodland creatures, so they had to lock him up. I'm writing my own storyline.
That still doesn't make sense, Caedo. Why would they care?
Because they're super mutants. They care about weird things.
Okay. Also, do behemoths have any sort of intelligence?
I'm sure they have to have some level.
Yeah.
Because how would that big one end up in the Capitol building without knowing how to crouch? Unless they just climbed up to the roof and dropped in.
Yeah, I think even if it could crouch, I don't think it would make it in.
Hmm.
If it crawled on its belly, it probably could, but even then, it's like, how would you stand up after that?
Yeah.
Back on topic, what were you going to say about the Merv, Caedo?
Oh, besides being the most inefficient and impractical weapon in any Fallout game.
Oh, I disagree. I disagree that the Euclid Sea Finder is the most impractical, and what else are you going to use it for?
Inefficient?
Yeah, well, I mean, it works, but...
I don't know, it's still kind of inefficient. It does take a while to fire.
It does. It takes a while to fire, and it has a 24-hour cooldown for each shot. But it's a free shot.
Here's what...
But Merv,
yeah.
mini nukes cost money.
Yeah.
Essentially firing 2,000 caps when you fire the Merv. Or a little bit more, actually.
Well, let's see, at 2,000... No, it's a little bit less than 2,000.
Well, mini nuke is about 4,000 caps. It's 250 to 400 times 8.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'd still. Here's the thing: is that the Merv makes sense because there's behemoths, so you could use it against behemoths. The Euclid Sea Finder, there's nothing in Fallout New Vegas that's that big that you can use it against.
I'd use it on Deathclaws.
But Deathclaws can be taken out with conventional weaponry.
Sure, they can. But to conventional weaponry come from the sky in a big blue light.
That's not conventional, is it?
Make an explosion.
That's not conventional, is it?
No, it's pretty.
That's what matters.
It's conventionally pretty. Suddenly, Euclid Sea Finder is now miscongeniality, and we have a terrible movie.
Yep.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It's not a bad movie. It's a good movie, but still, my point still stands. It is super inefficient. I don't know. I think that on a one-for-one base, on a usage basis, the YCS is probably still more inefficient because you're more likely to shoot that thing than you are the Merv.
Yeah.
Although the Fat Man on its own is still pretty inefficient, like the regular Fat Man.
Yeah, considering I mean, you have an opportunity to hit a larger area of effect, but enemies don't really cluster like they're supposed to.
Yeah, but that's why you get the tiny tots.
Yeah. Then you can just...
Then it just rains hell everywhere.
Nukes.
Yep. Works much better. But I think that, overall, you might as well just get the regular Gauss rifle, and that way you just one shot for one. Or, I mean, in Fallout 3, but in Fallout... Oh my god, brain's not working. You know what I mean.
Jordan's struggling.
The YCS is still better than the regular Gauss rifle. Because at least it uses 4 instead of 5.
Yeah.
But I still think that the best energy weapon in New Vegas is probably still just the tri-beam laser.
Yeah, well, that's in both, but yeah.
The tri-beam isn't? Is it in 3?
Yeah, Broken Steel.
Oh yeah.
Once the Overlords start showing up.
Oh yeah, it is. I guess. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, the tri-beam is stupid powerful for energy weapons.
But here's the thing: would you rather use that, or would you rather use the plasma tri-beam version?
The plasma one.
Plasma one does more damage, but it's slower, and
But it's so satisfying to turn things to goo piles.
You mean like the multi-plasma? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. I haven't used it much, honestly, because I've been too busy punching and blowing up things.
I did see a mod once that made the plasma caster into a plasma caster.
You sure
And so
that's not one of the guns?
No, I'm sure it's not.
Okay.
Because it's not the plasma caster. Motherfucker, I am...
The plasma thing that does the plasma stuff?
Yes. It has the green goop and it creates ectoplasm, and then the Ghostbusters show up to defeat the Marshmallow Man.
Mm-hmm.
Marshmallow Deathclaw, excuse me. We have to keep it Fallout related.
Yep.
No, the weapon that fires plasma really, really fast, like a chainsaw, or not a chain, like a chain weapon, like a
Like a minigun.
Are you gonna make it through this?
I'm not gonna make it through this.
Guys, I need a defibrillator.
I'm not gonna make it through this. Oh, what's wrong with my brain?
Jordan hasn't had enough coffee today.
I had Starbucks, but it's definitely not enough caffeine.
If I could direct some Mountain Dew to you.
Just mainline it into my veins.
Yep.
Isn't there a gun that fires plasma like a chain gun? Or is that laser only? And I'm thinking of the plasma caster.
I'm pretty sure the plasma caster is a single shot, except for the unique one, which is the Smitty Special, and that one fires automatic.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm thinking of.
Okay.
And it turned the Schmitty Special into a 3-round, into the multiplas where it fired 3 shots at every single time it fired.
Oh wow.
So it was 3 shot as a chain weapon.
That's just a lot of plasma.
Yeah. And so you basically just fired for 1 second and it killed anything, including Deathclaws, including the legendary Deathclaw.
Yeah. I don't know. I see, like, even though like, well, clearly Laser Rifle exists, I have to have some affinity for laser weapons. But I really felt like, even though Obsidian was really generous. See, now I'm doing it. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Obsidian was really generous when it came to unarmed and melee weapons, and I was really thankful for that, because it wasn't just, how many weapons they provided, but also the VATS moves that were given specifically for VATS for melee weapons at a certain level of skill.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to see a ballistic type fist that shot lasers instead of a shotgun blast.
That'd be interesting.
I just want to see everything shoot laser.
Getting back on it, the whole thing about laser chainsaws way back when.
Oh my goodness. God bless. That would be the greatest creation ever.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I think that a ballistic fist that fired lasers, it wouldn't be that hard. I mean, that's effectively what Pushy is, kind of, except Pushy doesn't use lasers, it uses sound.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not that much different from what Pushy is. I'm trying to think. There was something or other.
I would just wonder about they solved that issue anyway, which is heat generation, but I wonder how big the power pack would be, because it is pretty big on the
ballistic fist.
The displacement glove.
Oh yeah, yeah, big time. But here's the thing: is why even make a displacement glove when you already have the ballistic fist? It feels like if you're gonna have something that's that big, you might as well just go with the shotgun shells, because that's gonna blast through anything.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the real difference?
Aesthetics.
Yay, aesthetic.
That's my main.
But I'm not making the argument for real life. I'm talking about in game. Like, what purpose would the army have, or even smugglers, to create the displacer glove when you already have the ballistic fist?
Well, it only seems like the Legion has ballistic fists to begin with. I mean, the Brotherhood has like one.
Yeah, but it doesn't even make sense for the Legion to have it, because it's an electronic weapon.
Yeah. Well, do we know it's electronic though?
Well, how else would it work?
It could have a series of levers and switches. Impact detection.
That
Sets off the
sounds
shotgun.
so complicated.
It does, but so does the thermatic lance.
Yeah.
Sounds complicated.
Thermic lance is just a different marvel in its own.
I don't even know how that works. I think
No, me neither.
I think it's just electric. I think it's just a car battery attached to a fucking pole.
Probably. That seems like a very Fallout-y kind of thing.
Yeah, it does.
It
like,
does.
hey, fuck it. Why don't we just...
I'm hoping that in Fallout 4, what we'll see more of these kinds of weapons that are very just mishmash. Because we have seen like a lot of weapons just stand the test of time for some reason, like 200-year-old laser rifle.
Yeah. Stuff that's thrown together. Like, I really enjoyed the Mad Bomber perk.
Yeah.
Not just because, oh, I get to explode everything. It was a, like, oh, this looks like something I just put together, and it's going to make everything die. It's really, it's more satisfaction because you made it specifically for that thing.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a couple of other weapons that look like that, like the shish kebab looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the actual like guns and stuff look like guns. They like, I get it. There's gonna be some like there's gun runners who still produce weapons, and like people are able to keep weapons up. But you would think that at some point somebody's not gonna be able to find something, and then you're just gonna have to put things together. I think that was something that Fallout 3 did better than Fallout 4. Is there was a lot of weapons that just looked like they were just duct taped together. The rocket launcher,
you mean
railroad gun.
Yeah, there was. I'm pretty sure it was. No, because it wasn't 1 or 2. It might have been Tactics, where they did have like thrown together like pipe guns, like when you first started out.
Yeah, you're right. That was Tactics. But it's just one of those things. I hope that they make a little bit of a comeback. But
yeah, it feels more more survivally.
Yeah. Also, if Fallout 4 is about the railroad and the androids and shit, if they don't use railroad guns, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah. That should be something. In fact, they should have more guns that use railroad spikes.
Yeah.
Like a minigun.
Oh my god. That would be awesome.
That would be terrifying.
Laser guidance.
Superheated railroad spikes out of a minigun on a chainsaw.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So it'll pin things to walls and set them on fire. And
it'll also double as a chainsaw, so that way when they're pinned to the wall, you can cut off their limbs and take them with you for snacks.
Perfect.
Yep. I think what
do they call it?
The fiery railroad spike minigun chainsaw machine.
Freight train special.
Yeah.
And with that, I think that's all the time that we have for today.
Good job, Jordan.
I tried. That's what
that was correct English.
All right. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me, Caedo and Jordan, and thank me as well, Jordan.
You're welcome.
I was thanking myself. I wasn't telling you to thank me.
You're welcome. Thank you, Jordan. Caedo, Jordan.
Who's on first? But if you like this episode, make sure you like and subscribe, and leave us a comment down below and tell us what you think and ask us a bunch of questions. And if you want to be on the show, send an email to 3daymediagroup@gmail.com with why you think you should be on, your age, and if you have a decent microphone. And if you do and we like you, you can be on. Because we definitely need some more guests. So if you want to be on, be on.
You should be a guest.
Yeah, you should. It's great.
You really should.
It's really fun.
Yeah. We sit around talking about nothing, and then we record, and then we talk about nothing while we're recording, too.
Yeah.
And if you're not subscribed to Caedo Genesis, go and subscribe to Caedo Genesis, because he is the master of all things Fallout detailed.
I don't know about that.
Pretty close.
I just make guides.
He makes the guides. He's the guide guy.
So whether you like it or not, you've probably seen one of his videos.
Yeah, you probably
have. If you've ever been like, how the fuck do I do this? Then you've probably...
Yeah, if you've ever looked up how to find something on YouTube in the Fallout world, you've probably seen his videos. So go and show him some love too by subscribing to his channel and liking every single one of his videos and watching every single one of his videos. Also, make sure to hit us up on Twitter at Holotapes Weekly, and I think that's it. Oh,
I can't think of it.
Make sure that you give to Epilepsy Research. That's your weekly $1.
And then tweet us about it.
And then the top 3 givers will get a shout out on our show. Which, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, bye everybody. I said bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.